Have you ever wondered why, despite eating healthy and doing your best to stay active, your blood pressure numbers just won't seem to budge, or why that sluggish feeling in your chest and legs just won't go away? It is incredibly frustrating, isn't it? You are doing everything right, or so you think. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful natural medicines sitting right on your kitchen counter, a remedy used for thousands of years to protect the heart, is likely being rendered completely useless before it even hits your plate? Most of us have been cooking with garlic our entire lives. We chop it, we toss it in the pan, and we love the smell. But emerging research suggests that the way 99% of us prepare this superfood actually destroys the very compound that cleans your arteries and strengthens your heart. It is not just about eating garlic, it is about how you treat it before you eat it. If you have been feeling worried about your heart health, or if you just want to make sure you're doing everything possible to stay independent and strong for your grandchildren, you need to hear this. In this video, we're going to walk through the 4 specific ways to prepare garlic to unlock its full potential, turning a simple flavor enhancer into a life-saving tool for your cardiovascular system. It acts as a bit of a betrayal, doesn't it? You think you are making a healthy choice. You are adding garlic to your stir-fry or your roasted vegetables, believing you are feeding your body something medicinal, but because of a simple chemical mistake, you might just be eating tasty mush with zero heart benefits. This is a problem because as we age and our arteries naturally stiffen, the blood vessels that used to be flexible and open can become tight and restricted, making our heart work double time just to pump blood to our legs and brain. That is where the fatigue comes from. That is where the high blood pressure creeps in. We need every bit of help we can get to keep those vessels open. And garlic is nature's answer to that, but only if you respect its chemistry. Today, we are going to fix that. We are going to cover 4 simple, science-backed methods to prepare garlic so that you get maximum protection against blocked arteries, hypertension, and inflammation. By the end of our time together, you will know exactly how to turn that bulb of garlic into the most potent medicine cabinet in your house. Before we dive into these life-changing tips, I have a small favor to ask. If you care about staying healthy, mobile, and independent well into your golden years, please consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications. We share the kind of deep, practical senior health tips that doctors often do not have time to explain during a 50-minute appointment. And I'm curious, let me ask you, are you watching from the United States, the UK, Canada, Australia, or somewhere else entirely? Drop a comment below with where you are watching from. I'm always amazed to see how far our community of proactive seniors reaches. And I read every single comment. It makes me feel like we are all in this living room together. Now, let's get into the first, and honestly, the most important strategy. This is the one that changes everything. The first method is what I call the 10-minute rule. This sounds almost too simple to be true, but it is the difference between eating a dead vegetable and eating a powerhouse of medicine. Here is the scenario. You are in the kitchen, maybe making a nice pasta sauce or a vegetable medley. You peel a clove of garlic, you chop it up, and immediately throw it into the sizzling hot pan with your onions. It smells heavenly, right? But scientifically, you just made a critical error. Here is the simple science. Raw garlic contains 2 things kept in separate compartments within the clove. One is a compound called allicin, and the other is an enzyme called alliinase. Think of them like a 2-part epoxy glue. On their own, they do nothing, but when you crush or chop the garlic, you break those walls, and the 2 meet. When they mix, they create a chemical reaction that produces allicin. Allicin is the magic ingredient. It is the compound that relaxes your blood vessels, reduces inflammation, and fights bacteria. However, and this is the big catch, that chemical reaction is not instant. It takes time, and that enzyme alliinase is incredibly sensitive to heat. If you chop the garlic and throw it into the heat immediately, the heat kills the enzyme instantly before it has had a chance to create the allicin. You essentially stopped the medicine from being born. So here is what you need to do instead. It is a technique called crush and wait. When you start cooking, chop or crush your garlic first before you do anything else. Then set it aside on the cutting board and let it sit for a full 10 minutes. Do not touch it. Do not heat it. Just let it breathe. During those 10 minutes, a massive chemical factory is working on your cutting board. The enzyme is furiously converting that allicin into allicin. Once that 10 minutes is up, the allicin has been created and it is surprisingly stable. You can then throw it in the pan, cook it, and while you will lose a little bit of potency, a significant amount of that heart-protecting compound remains intact because it was already formed. It takes zero extra effort just to change in your routine. Imagine this: you're preparing dinner, you crush the garlic, then you go wash the kale or chop the carrots, or maybe just sit down and take a sip of water. By the time you're ready to cook, the garlic is ready to protect you. A study published in a nutrition journal actually compared garlic that was heated immediately versus garlic that was allowed to stand for 10 minutes. The difference in blood thinning and heart protecting capability was night and day. So the takeaway here is simple: change the order of your cooking. Garlic comes first, crush it, set a timer if you have to eat, and give it 10 minutes of grace. And that small pause is the secret to keeping your arteries flexible. Now, moving on to the second way to maximize garlic, and this one might be a bit of a challenge for some, but the rewards are incredible. This method is the Raw Crush Emulsion. I can hear some of you sighing already. Eating raw garlic sounds intense, doesn't it? It is spicy, it has a strong kick, and for some of us, it can be a bit hard on the stomach, but the truth is, cooking garlic, even with the 10-minute rule, it does reduce some of its power. If you are really fighting high blood pressure or you are concerned about clots, getting some raw garlic into your system is the gold standard, but I'm not asking you to chew on a whole clove like it is an apple. That would be unpleasant, and frankly, it might burn your throat. We need to be smart about this. As we age, our stomach linings can become a little more sensitive. We might deal with acid reflux or indigestion, so we need a delivery system that buffers the garlic while keeping it potent. The best way to do this is to create an emulsion with a healthy fat like olive oil or avocado. When you crush garlic finely, almost into a paste, and mix it with oil, the fat coats the garlic particles. This does two things. First, it makes it much easier to swallow and digest, reducing that burning sensation in the stomach. Second, olive oil itself is a heart superfood. When you combine garlic and olive oil, now you are creating a synergy. You are tackling inflammation from two sides. Imagine this scenario: you have toasted a piece of whole grain bread. Instead of just slathering it with butter, you take 1 clove of garlic, crush it through a press, and mix it with a tablespoon of high-quality extra virgin olive oil and maybe a pinch of parsley. Drizzle that over your toast or your salad. You're getting the full, unadulterated dose of allicin, but the oil soothes the delivery. There was a fascinating observation regarding the Mediterranean diet, which we all know is linked to longevity and low heart disease rates. They do not just cook with garlic. They use it raw in aiolis, in dressings and pestos. They are constantly consuming small amounts of raw garlic buffered by fats. This keeps their blood vessels wide open. If you find raw garlic triggers your reflux, start very small. Don't go for a whole clove. Start with 1/4 of a clove mixed into your lunch. See how you feel. Your body is resilient, but it also needs to be coaxed, not forced. Over time, your tolerance can build up, and your heart will thank you for that pure influx of antioxidants. It is like sending a cleaning crew into your arteries to scrub away the plaque. If you're finding these tips useful so far, and if you are realizing you might have been cooking garlic the wrong way all these years, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps spread the word to other seniors who might be struggling with their blood pressure and have no idea that the solution is sitting in their pantry. And if you have not yet, do subscribe for more little-known health insights. We are just getting started on this list, and the next 2 points are absolute game changers for anyone who dislikes the taste or smell of regular garlic, which brings us to our third method, and this is perfect for those of you with a sweet tooth or a sensitive tummy. This method is fermentation, specifically honey fermented garlic or black garlic. Have you ever heard of black garlic? It looks a bit strange, jet black and sticky. It's almost like a gummy bear, but do not let the appearance fool you. This is garlic that has been aged under specialized heat and humidity for weeks, and something magical happens during this aging process. The sharp, pungent bite of the garlic disappears, the smell that lingers on your breath disappears, and it is replaced by a sweet and savory flavor that tastes almost like balsamic vinegar or molasses. But here is the science part that matters to your heart. The aging process converts the harsh compounds in garlic into a new a powerful antioxidant called S-allylcysteine. This compound is incredibly bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs it very easily. It is much gentler on the stomach than raw garlic, but it is even more powerful at reducing oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is basically the rust that accumulates in our bodies as we age, damaging our cells and our heart tissue. Black garlic acts like a rust remover. If you cannot find black garlic at your local store, you can make something similar and equally powerful at home called honey fermented garlic. This is an ancient remedy that our grandparents probably knew about. You simply peel a jar full of garlic cloves, pour raw honey over them until they are submerged, put the lid on loosely, and let it sit in a dark cupboard for a month. I know, waiting a month sounds like a long time, but remember, we are playing the long game with our health here. Over that month, the garlic infuses into the honey, and the honey infuses into the garlic. The harshness mellows out completely. You can eat one of those honey garlic cloves every morning like a supplement. It is soft, sweet, and boosts your immunity and heart health without the burn. Picture this. It is flu season. The weather is turning cold and your joints are aching. You take a spoonful of this garlic honey. You're getting the anti-inflammatory power of the garlic to help your joints, plus the soothing antimicrobial power of the honey. It is a dual threat protection system, and for seniors who need to be extra careful about catching colds that can turn into pneumonia, this is a wonderful preventative habit. It is delicious medicine. You do not have to overhaul everything overnight. Maybe you buy a small bulb of black garlic to try, or you start a jar of garlic honey today. By next month, you will have a potent heart tonic ready to go. It is about preparation. It is about looking out for your future self. Now, let's talk about the fourth and final way to prepare garlic. And this one is going to surprise you because it involves something most people throw in the trash. This is the sprouted garlic method. We have all been there. You buy a bulb of garlic, you leave it on the counter for a week or two, and you notice bright green shoots poking out of the top. The garlic has sprouted. Be honest, what do you usually do? Most people look at it, assume it has gone bad or that it will taste bitter, and they toss it in the garbage bin. I want you to stop doing that immediately. That sprouted garlic is actually a hidden gem. When garlic sprouts, it is not going bad. It is waking up. The seed is activating to create a new plant. To do this, the garlic bulb starts ramping up its production of protective compounds to defend the new baby shoot. Studies have actually shown that garlic, which has been sprouted for 5 days, has significantly higher antioxidant activity than fresh garlic. It is supercharged. The plant is in survival mode, pumping out nutrients to ensure it can grow. When you eat it, you are consuming that surge of energy. So if you see your garlic sprouting, do not throw it away. That green shoot is edible. It might be a little bit more bitter, but that bitterness is actually the taste of medicine. It is similar to how dark leafy greens are bitter, but good for us. You can use sprouted garlic exactly the same way you use fresh garlic. Crush it, wait 10 minutes, and cook with it. Or if the shoot is very long, you can snip it off and use it like a chive or a green onion. It has a mild garlic flavor that is wonderful in soups or scrambled eggs. Think of it this way. Growing older often means people think we are past our prime, but just like that sprouted garlic, sometimes age brings a different kind of power and potency. That old garlic has more antioxidant power than the young, fresh bulb. There is a beautiful lesson in that for us, isn't it? We are not expiring, we are just changing, and in many ways, we are becoming stronger and more resilient, so use that sprouted garlic with pride. It is a symbol of life finding a way to thrive, just like you are. So, to recap, now let's look at our battle plan. First, we have the 10-minute rule, chop and wait to let the medicine form. Second, we have the raw crush, mixing it with olive oil to get the potent dose without the burn. Third, we have fermentation, using black garlic or honey garlic for easy absorption and immune support. And fourth, we have sprouted garlic, embracing the green shoots for an antioxidant bonus. It is all about giving your body what it needs and avoiding the sneaky things that cause harm, like heat applied too quickly. These are small tweaks. You do not have to do all of them every day. Maybe you focus on the 10-minute rule for your dinners and try the honey garlic once in a while. The goal is not perfection and the goal is progress. It might feel a bit unsettling to learn that you have been doing it wrong for years. You might be thinking, have I wasted all that healthy food? Please do not think that way. Do not beat yourself up. Knowledge is power. The past is the past. What matters is that today, right now, you know the secret. You have the key to unlock this potential. Now that you know, and you can make these simple changes to protect your health, starting with your very next meal. Imagine walking up the porch steps easily again without that heaviness in your chest. Imagine going to the doctor and seeing that blood pressure number tick down a few points and seeing the look of surprise on your doctor's face. Imagine having the energy to take that long walk in the park. That is the difference these small nutritional strategies can make over time. Your body is always trying to heal and strengthen itself. All we have to do is give it the right fuel and the right care. Growing older might be inevitable, but growing weaker does not have to be. I know getting older is hard. I know the aches, the stiffness, the fear of losing your mobility. It can be scary and discouraging. It can feel like your body is betraying you, but I want you to know that you're not alone in this, and it is not too late to turn things around. Every small step you take, every better food choice you make, every time you let that garlic sit for 10 minutes, you're casting a vote for your health. You're telling your body, and when I'm not done yet, I'm still in the fight. You're taking charge of your health, one clove, one meal, one step at a time. Now, I would love to hear from you. We have covered a lot of ground today. Which of these tips surprised you the most? Did you know about the 10-minute rule? Or were you throwing your garlic straight into the pan like I used to? Or maybe you have a special family recipe for honey garlic you would like to share. Please drop a comment below, share your story or any questions you have. I read every single one, and we all learn from each other in this community. Your experience might be the exact encouragement someone else reading the comments needs to hear today. And if this video helped you or opened your eyes even a little, please hit the like button. It means the world to me, and it helps this video reach other seniors who need to hear this message. And if you have not already, please subscribe. Your health and your independence are worth fighting for, and I want to be here to help you fight for them every step of the way. If you are still with me and you are determined to take control of your heart health and stay strong, type the number 1 in the comments below. Let's see a stream of ones to show that we are a community that refuses to give up. Stay strong, stay healthy, and remember, your independence is carried by your legs and powered by your heart. Keep taking those small steps because they add up to giant strides in your freedom. I will see you in the next video.